Hello everyone, this is Nowrid and welcome to IAmSocial. Today we have two special guests with us and they're going to share that how they have developed their personal brand in different social media platforms. To know that, stay tuned. So let me introduce with the two special guests. On my left, I have Freda from BFM and Aaron from Asia. Guys, welcome to IAmSocial. How are you doing?
Good. Fantastic.
Okay, so I don't dare to introduce you guys. So I think it will be great. I know a lot about you guys, but I think it will be great if you just introduce yourself for our audience. So we can start from Freda.
Okay, so people would know me as that radio presenter from BFM, but I also do other things. As you know, I moderate, I MC, I write books, and plus many other things as well. Long history, I used to be in PR, and then of course I made that shift to radio full-time about more than 10 years ago.
Well, okay.
Wow. I mean, Freda's an absolute legend, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I'm Aaron. I'm from Asia. So in Asia, we run the #1 automotive portals in Asia. So Malaysia, we're Cars.my. In Thailand, we're One2Car. In Indonesia, we're Mobil123. So we run different automotive business across Asia.
Okay. So, you know, Aaron, that usually I introduce people, but I know when I start talking about Freda, it will never finish. So that's why I didn't take the risk.
It means I've been around for a long time.
Yeah, so as you guys know, today we're going to talk about personal branding.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I would like to know something that people are making content by themselves for their personal profile. Doesn't matter, they posting it on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. So they're already doing the personal content. So how you will differentiate this creating personal content and personal branding, and what is personal branding to you?
Oh wow, that's like a whole lot of questions there.
There's a whole lot of questions. Okay, maybe we'll stick with what is personal branding to me. Okay, we all have a brand anyway, right? I mean, you just say anything, whether it's a product, whether it's a person, we all have a brand anyway. So it's up to you also to be very clear about what it is about you. Don't try to change or things that you believe in and all that, and how I guess do you magnify it in whatever platforms you decide, right? But there's a personal brand to you, right? And so because I guess I am in a fairly public kind of space, I feel that I've been given this platform to extend on or to expand on what I am and just to talk about it, right? And it's for commercial reasons, it's also for personal reasons, right?
All right.
Yeah, I think that's very beautiful, because if I were to look at personal branding for me, that's something where what value can we actually give to people? So at the end of the day itself, we can do whatever we want to do on Facebook, on LinkedIn, or whatever platform it is. If people don't find value in it, people won't find the brand there. But if you can connect with your audience and build value, and that's where you can start building your personal brand out of it.
Totally.
I think creating the characteristics is also important. Like say for whenever I create content, I always talk about digital marketing, but I think if you on and off to different topic, it might affect your personal brand. What do you guys think?
Okay, so you're talking about how like you want to be known for what you do. I also find that there is the evolution of a person. Okay, there's an evolution of a person because we will develop different interests. Like in the last 10 years, some of the things that I've come to believe in are social enterprises. It connects back to business, which is something that I believe in. I believe in the sustainability message. It's something again that I've sort of learned along the way. But the essence, I guess, of who I am is a communicator. Right? So the platforms will change. There'll be LinkedIn, there'll be Instagram, there'll be Facebook, there'll be whatever. These are the tactical strategies. But what are the things that you believe in? You can evolve, but without losing the essence of who you are. I think it's when everybody tries to be everything, and that's the problem, right? It can be an extension of how you evolve as a person. People also like to see that. If you look at certain people, maybe you follow a young girl, and then she gets married, and then or she has children and everything, you will see the evolution of a person, and you also have to stay true to who you are as well. Otherwise, it's going to be a very difficult life if you can't be true to who you are.
All right.
I think Freda said a lot of things again, but I think the thing which I really do like about it is the human part, because the end of the day itself, people actually look at the human aspect of it. If let's say you're creating a content right now, and it's mainly about a product and a product. I mean, we've seen all those videos on Facebook and YouTube where people try to sell you products and immediately you're like skip ad, and then you're like just ignoring it, right? So there's no connection over there. But if you are trying to create content and you want to make it something which is engaging for a person, it tends to follow back to what the human is. If that human likes a certain idea, let's say they believe in digital marketing, they believe in social marketing, so they're going to speak about it, and that's their opinion, that's their voice, and people listen in for that voice. If you're going to ban that voice to something which you don't believe in, it's going to sound not right, and that's where things start falling apart.
I mean, as you both have a very strong presence with your personal brand, I just want to know like how it started. Like, is there any strategy? Was it like planned? I mean, how you have come through? I mean, that far.
Plans.
I'll let you talk first.
So I think for me there wasn't any plan. Like I just went out and tried it out and test water and see what happened. I'm one of those guys who believe in constantly testing things, doing A/B tests, seeing what works, what doesn't work. And if you see even my content, it's never about one topic alone. It always jumps and jumps and jumps because I'm trying to still feel the water and see what works and what doesn't work. But to start it all off with, I do believe that people should start off with something which they truly do believe in. So what they're passionate about, share about that, talk about that. It could be photography, it could be creating content, it could be that you're into marketing or social enterprise. So talk about things which you are really passionate about. You don't need to worry so much about making it look nice, making it perfect. I know we always tend to judge ourselves a lot before we actually put it out there. But just start doing something which you're passionate about and share it with people. The rest of it, well, it'll just come as it goes on.
Which is, I'll continue with that. I was just having a conversation with a friend the other day and she says, I'm going to start doing YouTube and everything. And then she says, great. I said, when are you going to start? I said, I've got to come up with a plan. I said, when are you going to start planning? So, you know, a good friend. And then she said, you know what my problem is? And she said it. I said, I'm looking at monetizing it. I said, that's your problem. You're thinking of it from monetizing it. You don't think of anything from monetizing it. So for me, it was a very, one of the things that when I started working in the radio station, then I wrote a book, right? And I wrote a book, the first book, and I thought, okay, great. I said, I need a website. Okay, I developed a website. Then I didn't update the website for 6 years. Then after that, it wasn't like, it was about maybe 2 years ago. I thought, okay, why don't I just, and someone said, look at LinkedIn, it's changed a lot. It's not just about looking for jobs. And it's like, okay, that's the community and that's the space that makes the most sense to me because of the business aspect, right? So then I started sharing the podcast that I do personally and also on BFM. Then I started sharing some things and I decided that, okay, LinkedIn is the platform that I'll focus on. Not with the purpose of commercialization, but that's the audience. And the idea behind LinkedIn is that when people go into LinkedIn, the mind frame is business, right? So that was the reason I went into LinkedIn, because I'm not saying Instagram doesn't have its benefits. Instagram, I'm just like, whatever. It's not for, it's just, this is me, this is my personal life, but you won't see LinkedIn content on Instagram content.
True. But still, I think you guys also face the same thing. When I go and talk about personal branding, people always ask me, like the way your friends say, like, Nowrid, where to start? What is the first step? And we all know, like, I also believe in like a lot of test and try. And I don't also look for the perfection always. So, but still, actually, what do you think? What should be the first step for anyone who would like to, start personal branding?
Talk about their passion. Whatever they're passionate about, I'm pretty sure you're passionate about your digital marketing and things like that. Talk about that, start from that.
So it should be
we
video.
tend to overanalyze things and like, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? But until you actually start, then that's the thing. So it's like, I was just talking to you earlier about lunch, that a lot of times people tend to stand by the poolside, look how nice the water is, but they don't jump in because they're afraid that, hey, the water is cold, I'm not sure if I'm going to be comfortable in it. But until you actually jump in, you wouldn't know.
True.
So the very first thing to start is just start. Regardless of whatever it is, start. Find what you're passionate about and just start.
Okay, so when you talk about first step with someone, if I were to do this very tactically, right? When people start searching for you, right? just work on one platform, right? Like to me, like I didn't think about all the other things. I was like, is it LinkedIn? Is it LinkedIn? Is it Instagram? Fine, whatever it is, maybe, and then be very clear with what it is that you want to. And is it videos? I tell people, if you don't like the video, can you start writing?
Yeah.
Some
Exactly.
people prefer writing, right? And post
Right.
that on LinkedIn then, right? Because when people start searching for you, which is what everybody does, what do they find? Right?
Exactly.
Yep.
So they got to see, oh, this person likes talking about this, right?
Right.
So you got to think about what people are thinking as well.
Yeah, as you're mentioning about the platform, this is also a big challenge.
Yeah.
Now we have, I mean, a lot of platforms, right?
Yep.
So, what do you think? Like when we are focusing on personal branding, is it something very important to identify the platforms? Or as you mentioned, you can just start with any platform and then you see how it goes. So probably I can ask this question to Aaron first and then probably we can come back to Freda.
Okay. My perception is that everything works, right?
Okay.
You just need to have the right technique for different platforms.
Okay.
So it could be Instagram, it could be TikTok, it could be Facebook. I mean, we've all seen success stories from all these different platforms.
Right.
It's just that the way it's executed is very different. And
Right.
each of us are also very different individually. Like some of us might be great in creating content for LinkedIn, but not on TikTok. I can't dance to save my life, so there's a reason why I'm not on TikTok yet. But find what is comfortable for you and start with that.
Okay.
And at the end of the day itself, the results, it's kind of all there. They're all pretty strong players. So just start on one of these platforms.
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, whatever platform you're in, because you can
Yeah.
tailor your information. I mean, you can actually you can use Instagram very business-like as well if
Yes.
you
Right.
want to, right? It just wasn't. I'm not saying an obvious a no forever,
Yeah.
but just not a focus for me at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So. And then like Instagram, I get asked to do different things. I do get like work through Instagram for other things.
Yeah.
But the focus seems to be on LinkedIn. But you find what is suitable for you, right?
Yeah.
And again, it's very. Don't be too focused about so many platforms.
Yeah.
One thing.
Yeah.
And get
True.
that one thing right.
True.
It could be YouTube.
True.
Yeah.
Actually, I also start with LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And then when it works for me, I start posting on Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, I think it's just about to start and then see how it goes, and based on that you can actually move forward.
Yeah.
But you both are talking about content creation, what I understand. Doesn't matter, it's a video content, it's a written format or whatever it is. But content creation takes a lot of time, and both of you are doing a lot of things. So I was wondering, and I listened from a lot of people that content creation is very time consuming. I don't have time for that. So how you guys manage to, have time for content creation? And do you, because how people are saying like we don't have time to create content, and how you guys are, doing it even after having a lot of things to do.
I think to answer that from my perspective is that a lot of times when I think about creating content, yes, it will take time to edit the video, it takes time to record the video and things like that, but a lot of time people don't get paralyzed here, they get paralyzed at the earlier stage where coming up with what content, so I need to script it out, I need to figure out what I'm going to talk about and things like that. So I think that takes the most amount of time among everything. Editing videos, your phone has an app for that, you can get someone to edit it for you, but coming up with the content, and I think in terms of coming up with the content, it's really talking about what happened to you recently. Document instead of create. Gary Vee always talk about documenting instead of creating, which kind of makes sense because we live our own lives, we have our own experiences, and share your own experiences, because at the end of the day, your experience is unique. And your experience is something which could be a learning lesson for someone else as well.
Right.
So for me itself, how I was able to, at one point every single day, come out with a new video is because I was just talking about what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
So I didn't bother about the quality of the video. I didn't bother about the execution. It was just talking about what happened yesterday, which I felt I learned.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same for me, right? Sometimes I'll share a podcast that I've done, right? And whatever the angle may be. Sometimes I feel inspired. I'll write an article. Sometimes I will do, and like you said, the video doesn't have to be so sophisticated.
Right.
Just put your phone
Yeah.
on, right?
Right.
So I just do different things every day, and I try to consistency. Monday to Friday, I try to post something Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday, I take a break. But it's not even like, I'm not religious about it. If I can go, I've been away on holiday for 3 weeks and I didn't bother updating, right? It's just like, I don't want to be, but I think like people sort of like see different things coming up from me. Sometimes it's a podcast link, sometimes it's a video, sometimes it's this, but when I put it on LinkedIn, it's always a business skew to it. I could be moderating and emceeing an event, which event, who was I working with, what I learned from the event, some pictures, that sort of thing, right? But consistency.
I think when people are saying that I don't have time to create the content, I feel like they don't have passion to
and the other thing is as well, you could be reading someone's article. I love Arianna Huffington, right? And I look at Arianna Huffington and say, oh my goodness, I share that.
Exactly.
And I give my opinions on top of that. So that's content as well, right?
True. And even I remember, Aaron, like I was taking a flight to Penang, and the whole flight was like kind of empty, like half of the seats was only taken. So I had no one beside me. So I made 2 content in the plane.
Right?
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I was so bored and I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, if people can find time for Netflix, then they can find time for this.
Yeah, so I think like it's just making an excuse not to create content. Okay, I realize that you guys both have talked about another thing about offering value through the content. But I think this is very subjective. And so, I mean, how I'm sure that the content I'm making, it's offering a value. Because, I mean, how can I decide that?
I don't sweat over it. I feel that it's something that I've learned.
Okay.
And I'm not, this is something I believe. I think this is something that people want to listen. And the people who want to listen, they'll listen. They don't want to. I'm not going to lose sleep over it.
Okay.
Right? I think it's a value. Whether you think it's a value, it's up to you. We all have our own opinions.
Okay.
But this is what I believe in. It's okay. I'm not going to live on the number of likes.
Okay.
I'm not going to die on the lack of likes.
Exactly. I want to listen to it. Actually, that's what the discussion we were having. Right? Yeah.
I mean, finding that value of how do you know people actually appreciate it? Yeah, their likes, their comments, people engage, people message and things like that. But at the end of the day itself, I think it's a very personal game. It's as much as the likes can come in, and then you're going to start comparing that, oh, my previous post got 99 likes, now my post only got 50 likes. Did I do something wrong? So you start analyzing it, but at the end of the day itself, do you find value in the content which you produce? Right. So I think that's what you said, it's very important.
And then if you then take off the emotion out of it, you look say, oh, why did that one receive more Oh, because it has whatever. So okay, I'll be very conscious. Maybe I'll put more of this in the future, right?
Yeah.
But take everything as a learning, but don't lose sleep over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Actually, I was discussing with Aaron that people are really focusing off like likes and who is giving likes. So like and Aaron was asking me how you will understand that your IAmSocial is kind of like having a good response. So I said, if I get likes from someone who is not a speaker, like not from Freda, not from Aaron, not from AJ. So if I get it from someone who is like a layman and send me a message, Nowrid, I saw that part where Freda talks about it and that changed my prospect. This is what I define as like value and success.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's the same thing we are discussing, right?
And even if it's just one person, I've given value to one person. That's all. That's great. You made an impact on one person's life.
Exactly.
That's it.
So I think nowadays people are really rushing. The biggest thing they need, I feel like, the patience, which they don't have. So they want to start personal branding today, and they want to see 500 likes tomorrow. Exactly, not even sometime tomorrow. So and then after they do it for like 3 days, they feel like, okay, I've done with it. But usually, what do you think? Like how long a person should make the effort to see positive results from his efforts?
What is your measurement? What is your measurement? What is it that you want from this whole thing? One of the people I admire is Lily Singh. Right? Okay. She's a young girl, and I think she now hosts her own TV show or whatever. I believe so. So in the early days, out from Canada, every Tuesday and Thursday, she said, I put out content. Okay. Regardless whoever watches it, and she does this when no one's looking, when no one's watching, and then suddenly one video many years later got the attention of people, right? Do you see everybody still want instant gratification.
Yeah.
It's not, nothing is instant gratification. It's
Right.
delayed gratification. You know, if you talk about personal brand and everything, it's something, you know, I've been around on this earth for a long time, right? I've been in this industry for a long time.
Yeah.
Nothing happened overnight. Okay, when I talk with years of experience. I talk with, you know, with a lot of things, right? So it's gonna take time. Nothing, you know. And what is your purpose at the end of the day, right? I mean, what is your measurement at the end of the day?
Okay.
Right? And if it's success, what is success to you? Your definition of success and my definition of success is different,
Yeah.
right?
True.
I think that's something very interesting because like everybody always look at the outcome of all the years and they think that, hey, if I put in that amount of effort for one day, I'm going to get that kind of outcome. It doesn't work that way because everybody have different yardsticks, people measure things differently. Success for you and him might not be the same, it would be different. And all of us have our own way of getting there and it's not always that one straight road.
Right.
Yeah.
All of us are unique. So putting a yardstick of by when, I don't think that should be the right way to look at it. It should be something where you keep on pushing it, keep on grinding it, keep on working towards your goal.
Right.
And at the end of the day, if it happens, it happens. Because there's this thing which I find really odd about society now where everybody wants to be a businessman, everybody wants to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
The goal is like this. I mean, if I talk to my parents tell me that, oh, get a house, get something comfortable, and live a normal life. But now everybody's like a millionaire and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
But are those kind of yardsticks something which you really want, or is it something which is everybody has portrayed for you to want?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So going back to your question, I don't think the measurement should be how long it should be.
Right.
You need to be on your path to get to whatever your goal is.
Right.
So find out what your goal is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is what happened 2 years back when I first came in. 4 years back, I see like everyone wants to become a digital marketer because it looks and sounds so cool.
Yeah.
So suddenly I start seeing the people start becoming digital marketer, but now after 2 years I see they start doing job in a bank or in insurance company. So because I think there was a lack of passion.
Yeah.
So okay, as I'm a big fan of Gary Vee, so he always talks about consistency.
Yes.
So he said like no matter what, you need to upload your content on a regular basis. But I met someone, I'm not telling name, he's also very doing well in personal branding in Malaysia. So he said, I don't believe in that. I believe on quality. Your content can come after 10 days, but it should have a quality. So according to you, so he said, I would like to make Gary Vee wrong, that I will post 2 content in a month.
Okay.
And I will get like higher engagement. So what's your thoughts on it? Quality or consistency? Which will comes first?
And so in this case for Gary Vee, when he says consistency, what he's saying every day kind of thing? You know?
I mean, he said if possible, make content every day.
Right.
I mean, he said just make content. Don't think too much. If you find something is valuable, document it and publish it.
Yeah.
So that's what is his ideology, and that's why he was doing a show called Daily V.
Yeah.
Right.
But then again, he didn't post up every day as well.
But he did. No, he did. He said he did.
His
Daily
YouTube
V.
channel, the Daily V?
He did. Daily V. He did on every day.
Okay.
So just to show
Yeah.
the whole world that yes, it's possible to create one content every day.
Okay.
So now my question is because as I'm a big fan of Gary Vee, I believe that thing.
So the other guy who said quality, has he received more hits than Gary Vee?
Not yet, for sure.
Oh man,
There you
that's
go,
like
and therein lies the answer.
But what do you think from your point of view? Like it's consistency, or
so I do believe in this thing called the law of diminishing returns. Right? You keep on putting in effort. At a certain point, it'll start to taper off and it goes one straight line instead of going up. And a lot of times people get focused on quality and I'm going to make the quality better. Yes, you get attention better, but then after that, it starts to taper off and you're putting in too much quality and your quantity starts suffering because you cannot produce the same quality with the quantity.
Right.
So there needs to be that balance over there. At the end of the day itself, if you're posting up a video of your cat on LinkedIn every single day, I mean like, what value?
Never ever post a picture of your cat on LinkedIn. There's no value unless there's a lesson learned from the cat that you can apply to business. Other than that, please. No pictures of your cat on LinkedIn. Instagram, I'm okay. I share that on Instagram.
So there's a balance there which needs to be met. If the balance is not there,
Right.
nah.
I believe in consistency and variety, right?
Yep.
So like I say, one day it's podcast, one day it's a photo, one day it's a video, one day I do, share an article. So variety as well, but consistency in different formats within LinkedIn, right?
Okay. So yeah, I mean, if I sum it up, that what we have discussed, we talk about just start creating. We talk about offering value.
Yes.
We talk about choosing the right platform and start it.
Yes.
But would you guys like to add any more tips for the audience who would like to start their personal branding?
Okay.
Any exclusive tips?
There is this book. Have you heard of Daniel Priestley? You should read his book. It's called Becoming a Key Person of Influence. Daniel Priestley, Daniel Priestley. And he talks about a micro niche. Not just a niche, a micro niche. If you are known, how do you know Rafael Nadal? I'm just going to give a very broad example. Tennis, right? You know him for tennis, right? And he's very good at tennis. And that's his story, right? Or Usain Bolt, right? I mean, I'm just giving that. But then, of course, then he gets all his deals for whatever tennis racket and all this sort of thing. But that's his micro niche. If you want to go into business, what is your, not just your niche, what is your micro niche, and that you're known for that? Maybe you're a fitness instructor, but you only do fitness instructor, like you're known as a fitness instructor for women who are 50 and above, right? And who is in that space. You're the only one in that space. And then when you're only, don't think about boiling the ocean. Once people know you in that space, other people will come to know you because of that. And other things will, offshoot of that will come about. But people will know you in that particular space. So if you can stand out that micro niche, you have a better chance of standing out than trying to be all things to everybody. Like people would, just a rough example, right? People will know me as, like if I moderate and everything, there are not many women who can do business events. Not many.
Right.
Right? I mean, there are,
Yeah.
right? But that's the niche that I've chosen to be in.
Yeah. I think that's what I was saying. Like, no matter what, I always talk about digital marketing. I don't talk about motivation.
Right.
I don't talk about leadership. I don't talk about sales. Yeah,
Right.
I think
Right. And even if you can, and I'm just saying, like, what else? Maybe there's a micro niche within that. I don't know, right? But that was just something that Daniel Priestley. If you can get hold of that book, read that book. It just gets you on a different trajectory in your thinking.
That's interesting.
So you don't want to be everything to everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Going to buy it today.
Yeah, please do. And I want to get a commission for promoting that book. Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
I think for me, it's do what you enjoy. I think at the end of the day, it still lies back to starting and do something which you're really passionate about.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing something for the sake of other people, you'll never be satisfied.
Yeah.
If you're going to, it's very easy to fall to that trap as well, because we have all the likes, we have all the comments and things like that. And once we start focusing on the likes and the comments, we start making more content based on the likes. And slowly you might notice that, hey, it's not me anymore. It's not yourself. And I've fallen into that trap as well, where I started creating content because, well, that type of content gets more likes. So I started following that trend. And yes, people started engaging in it, but it's not me anymore. It's not my content which I want to post up.
True.
So at the end of the day itself, ask yourself what's something which you're passionate about and what message you want to share. Bring that value to the people, and people will reciprocate that back with you. Yeah.
Wow, it's really something similar like the micro niche, because passion comes from that side as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, we are almost to the end. But before we finish our session, I just want to know if our audience have any question or if they would like to get connect with you in any social media platform. Which one you prefer?
Obviously LinkedIn, and don't LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, right?
Yeah, so probably put our links of LinkedIn.
Yeah, I will actually add you and Freda's
here.
Not here. I'm going to put in the caption.
Okay.
Yeah, I will add in the caption so people can reach you guys and can add you and drop the question.
Okay.
So guys, that was all from us, and I hope you have enjoyed the session, and probably you can use those tips and tricks to implement, and you can start using your personal brand in different social media platform. And we are expecting to coming on the next episode with some more exciting stuff. So yeah, keep in touch with us. Hope to see you guys again. Bye bye.